Welcome to Dawn for Life. Today I would like to share with you 7 stretching tips for beginners and a few common mistakes to avoid. First, warm up. The best times to stretch is when your muscles are warm. Trying to stretch a cold muscle increases our risk of injury. However, there is one type of stretch that you could do to actually warm up, and that brings us to our second point, which is dynamic stretching. What is dynamic stretching? Dynamic stretching is a form of active movement that isn't about holding a stretch, but rather taking your body through ranges of motion. Third is frequency. I often get asked, how often should I stretch to be more flexible? The answer is as often as you can, at least once a day. And if you work on a desk job, in a private space, private office, then great, you could just stretch it out there. Take some time, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, just to stretch out. But if you work in an open office concept and you don't feel comfortable stretching in front of your colleagues, then I used to go to the washroom to stretch out, to do some roll-ups, side to side, stretch your arms, stretch your legs. And if you're a flight attendant, during a long flight especially, you get really tight, and while your passengers are asleep, instead of just chatting with your colleagues in the galley, you could do some stretches. That's like killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Number 4 is also a common question. How long should I stretch? Some people say 30 seconds, some say 15 seconds, some say 2 songs. I say listen to your body. Stretch to the point where you're experiencing a good kind of hurt and then hold. The good kind of hurt is like when someone's massaging your sore, tired shoulders. It's painful, it's the good kind of hurt, but not the hurt. Definitely not like you're tearing apart, or definitely no sharp pains. So basically, from a scale of 1 to 10, your hurt level should be about 7, and then you hold to the point where it goes from 7 to 6 to 5, and then you switch sides. But if you feel like having a more structured instruction, then hold your stretch for 30 seconds and then get out of it and repeat 2 to 4 times. I would recommend 4 times. If you have more time and you feel like it, you could hold a stretch for as long as you like in your comfortably uncomfortable position. 5th, to buddy or not to buddy. I know it's really nice to have a fitness buddy to go work out together, run together, get fit, and it's very motivating to have someone beside you to do things together. But one thing I really wouldn't recommend is partner stretching, because your partner will not know what's your maximum, and they don't know how far you can go, and by the time they respond to your ouch and ease up on the stretch, it might be too late, and you wouldn't want that because you might have a torn muscle that needs resting for half a year, and that would definitely not help your flexibility. 6. The Guido guys always laugh at my 6 because it's like that. Yeah, anyway, 6 is remember to breathe. It is good to breathe normally while you're holding a stretch, but if you're looking to go further and deeper into a stretch, a very good technique is to breathe deep into your tight muscle, and as you exhale, go further, gently go further and stretch deeper. I find that technique really helpful and helps the muscle lengthen and relax. Last but not least, 7th, stay hydrated. Water forms a large part of our muscle composition. In order for our muscles to respond to being stretched, they have to be working optimally, and that includes proper hydration. Many of us are walking around in a constantly dehydrated state. So, drink up, my friends, not alcohol. There are also specific foods you can eat to improve flexibility, and that would be in my other video called Eat Your Way to Flexibility, which I would link down below. So there are a few common mistakes that beginners make that I would like to remind you not to do. First, never ever stretch a cold muscle. Second, if your stretch is hurting too much, ease up on it. Do not push your muscle too far. And third, remember to breathe. Do not hold your breath. And fourth, do not bounce your stretch. It's very common for beginners to bounce their stretch thinking that it would get them more flexible faster, but that's not true. Bouncing only increases your risk of injury, and it's not as effective as holding a stretch. So here are the 7 stretching tips for beginners with a few common mistakes to avoid. I hope you find this video beneficial, and if you did, please share it with your friends, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye! Why is my 6 like that? Is this an Asian thing or is this a Chinese thing? Can someone tell me, please? And for me, I think it's because the Chinese character number 6 has 2 strokes at the bottom. So I think this probably represents it. But I think my Asian friends do this too.